Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Cody, drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
We got some new stuff coming up this week that's exciting. In fact, I had a big premiere this morning, but I don't know how it works. So I want to talk to you guys about that because I actually don't know if any of you were actually over on DSP Throwback for the premiere of LA Noire. I don't know how it worked at all. Yeah, I just don't know. So I want to see what you guys thought, if any of you attended it. We got a new game this week in Hellblade 2. We got a big, giant update coming out on Wednesday for Street Fighter 6 with the release of Akuma and a balance patch. So there's a lot going on this week that's pretty exciting. By the end of the week, it's going to be all new game content as opposed to me just playing the same games that I've been playing all along. So it should be interesting for sure. So shall we talk? Shall we jump into it? It's going to be a loaded show today. I think we should just jump right into it. So Dabhan says he watched it and got a notification. Let's start with this, okay? So back on Wednesday, I put out a preview video of the LA Noire playthrough. For those who don't know, LA Noire is a game made by Rockstar, particularly their division Team Bondi when it existed back in 2011. This is a really unique playthrough because it had this motion capture stuff that had never been used before in games. And so the characters looked photorealistic to who the actors actually were. And a very cool murder mystery, you know, style game where you're investigating crimes as a detective in Old Town LA. Loved it. Loved that game and that playthrough. But back then, it was always uncertain if you played a game from Rockstar if you were going to get into trouble or not. So I actually had uploaded that playthrough to a separate channel at the time called Red Dead DSP, just in case, because I didn't want to risk this channel, DSP Gaming, getting shut down with false copyright strikes or anything like that. So, it was great. The playthrough did well. I didn't make any money on it, but I was happy just to play it for you guys at the time. So what ended up happening was, over the years, sadly, people messed with my content. Someone actually hacked that channel and started broadcasting illegal, like, football/soccer games on it, and it got shut down by YouTube, rightfully. I lost all the content on it, but the good news is I archived all of those videos on hard drives. And here we are many, many years later. I finally decided to restore these missing playthroughs for posterity purposes, and LA Noire is one of the biggest, most notable ones ever that's been missing. So I decided to do it, and we started with a preview video on Wednesday over on the DSP Throwback channel that was basically the release day unboxing of the game, plus the initial startup of the game when I was trying to boot it and start the playthrough, and it failed because PSN was down, and I was like, oh, let's see what the PSN content is in the game, and the whole thing crapped out, including my entire channel, or my entire console, excuse me, froze. I had to restart the whole thing. So it was a good preview. People seemed to enjoy it as a lead-in, and then this morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, I actually set up the first hour-long part of the playthrough as a premiere over on DSP Throwback. Now, how do premieres work? I honestly don't know. I think what happens is the video plays on the channel as a live stream, but then after that, it becomes an on-demand video just like any other video. I really have no idea. I've never done it before. I just wanted to see how it would work. So I know for a fact people watched it because people were commenting. There's like 3 or 4 comments that were left on the video that I approved as it was premiering. But then after the premiere ended, I looked at it and it said basically 0 views, like no views had been added to the video. And I was like, so people sat there and watched it and commented on it, but it doesn't count. I don't get it. Like, and I'm curious, were any of you there for the premiere this morning? And know how these premieres work? Like, were you able to watch it normally? Did it look like a live stream, or did it just look like an on-demand video? Was there comments? Like, I don't even understand how it works, because I never did it before. I guess this has been a feature of YouTube for many years, and it very well may be that when I'm going to set up a new video that's like a hype video for a playthrough or something outside of a live stream, maybe I just wanted like a throwback video, I'll set it up as a premiere so everyone can kind of sit there and watch it together. Like, I have some ideas for other playthroughs later this year. Maybe the Undead Nightmare playthrough of Red Dead 1. We could set it up as like a premiere in October. Maybe I'm going to have like a Christmas-themed video at the end of the year from old Christmas footage that's been lost, and we could do it as like a premiere in December. So, is it? So, live stream chat and comments. So, there it was. All that was there, huh? Phaser11 says they run live. It runs until it's over. It goes on demand later, not directly after. It could be a couple of hours to go on demand, but you can watch it right now. I checked. You can literally go watch it right now. And people are watching it because now the views are starting to go up. It was weird. Like I said, the hour that the video was premiering, no videos seemed to count towards the video, or no views seemed to count towards the video. But as soon as the premiere ended, it then just shows as, oh, it's on demand now, and now views are counting. So I don't get it. I just kind of scratch my head like I don't understand it. But all I'm hoping is that you guys enjoyed it. All right, so it's the first hour. It's essentially the intro to the game when Cole Phelps is, you know, just becoming a cop, and he's on the beat, his patrol beats and stuff like that. And it's his lead into becoming a detective. So it's entertaining, it's funny. I actually watched it and really enjoyed that first hour. I hope you'll give it a look. It is upscaled. There are some issues with the 60 frames per second upscaling, meaning it looks fun. It does. It looks fun. However, whenever I'm driving around the city at night, it doesn't look good. It's a little blurry. I'll admit there's a motion blur that's added. It's called ghosting. And that's annoying. Outside of that, the ghosting doesn't seem to even take place during the day. It's not even visible. It's only on night driving scenes. But it's a better trade-off than the old playthrough, which looked awful, you know? So anyway, it should be interesting to see, you know, does it add up? Is it something that you guys like? I hope you will check it out and enjoy it. I think it's going to be a great playthrough. I do. So thank you guys for checking out the playthrough if you have already, and if you haven't, I hope you'll give it a look. It's at youtube.com/@dspthrowback, or I just posted up the link directly to the video on my social media, x.com/@theycallmeDSP. I know it's x.com now. It really sounds stupid because there's no more Twitter. They got rid of it. It's just x.com now. Or I posted up links here on this channel and also on the Throwback channel. So give it a look. Let me know what you think. And now that is the new playthrough that will be balanced with Fallout 3 moving forward on the channel. We have finished both Red Dead Redemption 1 and, thankfully, Final Fantasy 13. That playthrough took way too long. It was all of January, all of February, all of March, all of April, and half of May to get through these 60-some parts of Final Fantasy 13. I'm so happy it's done because the game sucks. I'm just sorry. Now that the game is over, I can fully tell you guys, that thing is terrible. It is so bad. The plot is so endlessly bad. The graphics are good, the music is good, and the gameplay elements of the combat are pretty interesting because they're different from other Final Fantasy games. But dude, the story is the key element, and the story of that game is so poorly written that it's just one of the worst Final Fantasies ever. It's so sad. You really, and I'm glad that now the playthrough is up for posterity purposes, and if you want to watch it, you can watch it in its entirety on DSP Throwback. It's definitely an oddity of the time because it was one of the first lengthy JRPG playthroughs I ever did on YouTube. But man, that game doesn't hold a candle to other games. It's just not good, man. I can't believe it. To this day, and I remember when it was out, I said the same thing. As I was playing it, I was saying that. And now I watch back the playthrough. It took me 4 fucking months to get through it. I'm like, this game stinks. Man, they screwed that story up. Okay. So now, it's time for us to get into stuff over here. Enough about the Throwback channel, okay?
I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip going.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.